All right, what's up, everybody? This is Invalid, and today we're doing a live stream, and we have a, well, I was going to say a special guest, but we have a couple of guests here with us. We have, and most of you may know who they are, some of you may not. It is the Pop Couple, fellow YouTubers, fellow Funko collectors, but Pop Couple, thank you so much for coming on. Super awesome of you. But for those of you who don't know who Pop Couple are, do you guys want to tell us who you are, what you do on your YouTube channel, all that good stuff, you know?
Sure. We're Pop Couple. No. I'm James.
I'm Lisa.
And yeah.
Yes, I was hoping you did the intro.
So on our channel we do a lot of unboxings, mystery boxes. We just kind of do a little bit of everything. We've been doing some baking.
Yep.
During the month of December. So when we're just looking to just continue to do what we like. So.
Right on. So I gotta ask you, James. Do you have T-shirts lined up for each video, or is it just random every time? Because we already got people in the chat saying that they like your shirts. So.
I don't necessarily line them up. It is kind of random, but I kind of figure when I'm going on doing either a video or live stream that I'm going to find some sort of pop culture shirt.
Right. Awesome. Yeah. I really should wear more pop tees on my streams. I don't know why I don't. Well, I actually do have one on today. We got I'm pretty sure you guys probably got it as well, but did you get the Chuck Norris box?
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Right on. Yeah. So we're rocking the Chuck Norris pop tee today.
Nice.
I mean, you can't see it, but we got it on. So it's the new year. 2018 is now gone, which my collection grew probably by 50%. It was absolutely huge. So how did 2018 treat you guys? How many pops did you end up can you put even like an estimated number on
it? I'd say probably at least 200.
More than that.
Oh, 3, 4? I don't know. Too many.
I would say closer to like 400 at least.
So that's a double. Okay. And M's Dad, what's going on? Funko Nerd Stark, Funko Biggie Daddy, Jimmy B Cobb. Sorry guys that I'm not getting to the chat right away. Vaulted Funko, Under the Mat Radio. How y'all doing today? Jimmy, Rakeem. Hope y'all are having a fantastic night. Once again, I'm going to say that Pop Couple, they are fellow YouTubers. Their link is in our description, so if you're not already subscribed to them, make sure you drop them a subscription. You will not be disappointed. They have absolutely awesome content over there. A really awesome collection, so you guys will love it. Make sure you click that link and give them a sub. So I'm really curious. I have questions that you may not have been asked before, and they might be coming from, I do kind of similar what you guys do on your Funko channel, or your YouTube channel. So as a pop couple, now I have a fiance. We've been together for about 10 years now. We collect together, but we don't do videos together because she would kill me if I even got her on camera once. But do you guys have a collection, or does James have a collection and Lisa have a collection?
I'd say it's our collection, but there are definitely pops that are more mine and pops that are more his. Just because of certain lines that we both like, we don't each collect. So like, I would never have started collecting Thundercats. I would have never tried to collect Masters of the Universe or any of those because I know nothing about it. Whereas I don't think he'd ever try to collect Harry Potter, but that's more my thing. So it's still our collection, but I feel like by line, it's more his versus hers.
Right. Well, I mean, that's kind of the same with us. I mean, no, it's not. It's my collection. All this is mine. Everything is mine. No, she's, we kind of have a shared collection, but she has more specific collections like Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts. Those are her pops, but for the most part, it is kind of shared. So I was wondering if it was kind of that way for you guys, but, I seen that you guys have been making videos on YouTube now for 4 months. I think I went back and watched your very first video today. So it was kind of neat though, because, I love it when YouTubers leave their original content on their channel, because a lot of people will go back and delete it because their content has grown since then. They've become more comfortable in their position and whatnot. So I go back and I watch your first video, and it was really neat to see, how you guys did on that first video, which was actually a great video. And then up until today, you can see that, you got better lighting. You have, you're more comfortable in your position. You're more fluent when and it was really cool. So my question to you is, starting from that 4 months, that very first video, what made you decide to keep going? Like, there must have been a point where you were like, okay, we're in it for the long run now. We're going to keep on doing this. 4 months later, now you're here. And obviously, I see no sign of you guys quitting. You have a great growth rate right now, a great community behind you guys. So what was the point where you guys were like, let's keep on rolling with this?
Well, I mean, the whole reason we started, because before September 1st, like, I didn't use YouTube for anything other than like, I don't know how to do this on my computer. Let me YouTube a video. I didn't watch pop videos. I didn't watch unboxings, nothing. And so it was more someone I knew from work had seen all my posts on Facebook about pops. And he saw a bunch of pictures on wall after wall after wall. And he's like, why don't you have a YouTube channel? And so I was like, because I don't need a YouTube channel. And he's like, do you have Instagram? And I'm like, I've never used Instagram in my life. Right. And so basically September 1st, we started both. And then I'd say within a week or two, I think it was Nerdy Treasures found us. I don't know if you're familiar with Nerdy Treasures or know him or not, but he finds like smaller channels and shouts them out. And so within a week or 2 weeks of nothing happening, like having 10 people, all of a sudden we were at like 100 because he shouted us out. Yeah, it was out of the blue. And so he shouted us out, and then it kind of went, in our opinion, a little crazy because we had no idea that anyone would even be interested. You know what I mean? And so I think once he found us, it was more, and we got all that growth all of a sudden out of nowhere. I feel like that's more of when it was, okay, this is working in some capacity, so let's go with it.
Yeah.
Where we started in that video was actually our guest room.
Yep.
And so, cause we had pops always in our bedroom. We always had pops in our guest room, but we never had pops here, like where you're seeing this wall. And so when we were in the guest room, we kept getting complaints and comments about the lighting. And so we tried to buy a new camera and it didn't help. And then so I bought a lamp to add to the room, and that didn't help. So we're like, okay, we're done with this room. Let's just move somewhere else. And so we moved into our dining room, which is where we are right now. And then because the collection kept growing, we just threw more shelves up here, and that grew also.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
So what you're saying is you drag James down the rabbit hole.
a little bit.
A little bit. I think when we started, though, I think we both talked about let's at least try it out for a year, see what happens,
Right.
and just kind of go with the flow.
Yeah. Because the friend of mine was basically like, you realize like within a year you'll have tons of subscribers and you'll probably be monetized. I'm like, no, we won't. Like, again, no, who would? I don't know. It was one of those, to me. It was different because I wasn't very exposed to what was on YouTube to begin with, because I really never looked at YouTube for pop stuff. I was mainly on Facebook with all kinds of pops.
Yeah, and that actually brings up another point, and it's kind of crazy because there, I'm sure you guys are as well part of several other Facebook communities, Funko communities, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, so on and so forth. It's kind of crazy to me that a lot of people don't know that there's a Funko community on YouTube as well. And I think there's a lot of undiscovered potential there. So it's kind of neat, at least knowing that we're not capping our market, right now. So there's a lot more to come. And Under the Mat Radio, Evan Prout, who was on our show last week, says, Pop Couple, keep up the great work. Fans of you guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Nerdy Boy wants to know, what's y'all's favorite Funko Pop of 2018? We'll take one from each of you, so you don't have to.
Oh, man. We've been asked this, and I don't even know what my answer is. Yeah. That's the hard part. I know what you answered before.
Yeah, I'd probably have to go with Funky Phantom. That one, when I saw it announced for was New York Comic Con.
Yeah,
that was the ones I was like, I have to have that one.
I do not have it yet.
I got it for his birthday.
Yeah.
So
that is a super awesome pop. That one's really good.
Mine, I don't know. I mean, I got really excited for the Toy Tokyo BIG, but then now that we have 3, I'm not as excited about it anymore. Not gonna lie. So I don't know. I don't have a good answer for that one yet. So.
Well, at least we got the Funky Phantom.
Yes.
And then I think mine would probably, well, you guys probably know what mine is. Mine is the Mr. Hyde and Bugs.
Yeah.
It's got to be Mr. Hyde and Bugs. I mean, it's the best pop ever made. Come on. And let's keep rolling with that. With what is the one pop that you guys want to acquire during 2019, the new year? You can't say. Well, I think I know what you're gonna say, Lisa. I'm pretty sure I know what you're gonna say. But James, what do you want to gather this year?
Does it have to be new?
No. You don't know what's coming out.
That's true. I mean, I'm still on the hunt for Flocked Lino.
Yeah.
That's for me, especially right now. That's my grail, my absolute grail. So.
Yeah.
And I heard there is a little bit of trade talk going on with that, so it's
yes and no.
Yeah.
Yes and no. All right.
We made an offer for the glow-in-the-dark Hatbox Ghost, and they said they weren't really interested in that. Yeah. So I countered with, well, what don't you have that you want? Because I feel like we probably don't have much that they don't already have. So that's where we're stuck.
Right. Yeah, I get that. I mean, it is a little bit hard when you're talking to other collectors that have such a massive collection. It's so hard to figure out what you don't have, and especially if they're the ones that have the pop you want, it's so hard to get them to come to your side and decide. So. Lisa, what was your pop that you want to get during the year 2019?
I want the Freddy Funko and Willy Wonka. Freddy Funko, Oompa Loompa, and the Freddy Funko Willy Wonka.
Oh.
I still want those.
Is that just the Freddy Funko or the 2-pack?
No, not the 2. Oh, God. Yeah, I wish. No, I'll be happy with just the regular ones. So we can't find them anywhere, to be honest.
I've got feelers out all over the place.
Like
And,
we've gone
yeah.
to like local pop shops, and everyone knows we want it basically, but no one. We've messaged different mystery box places that we buy from often, and
I do
can't find them.
I do know where a Freddy Funko Oompa Loompa is for sale right now.
Is that the glow in the dark one, or is that the regular one though?
I'm not too sure. Are you looking for a glow in the dark?
No, I'm looking for regular, only because
Okay.
the glow in the dark I'm sure is going to be $1,000.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. I think they were asking $220 for this one. It was the non-glow Freddy Funko Oompa Loompa.
Gotcha.
But maybe I'll hook you guys up with that link after the show if you're interested.
Cool.
But they also want to know what was your most hated pop of 2018? What pop did you hate the most?
What?
Well, I guess it technically was a 2017 pop, but when Funko re-released Nux,
Oh yeah.
and we accidentally fell into that one.
You fell into that
I
one.
fell
I
into
was
it.
like, I'm not buying that.
I think I would have to say that my most hated pop of 2018 was anything that had a limited chase sticker with a little red paint on it. Anything that had blood splatter and then a chase sticker, like the Audrey 2. Probably.
And Leatherface.
And Leatherface. Tiffany had the blood splatter.
Yep.
I think there was a Negan blood splatter. It wasn't a chase, but it was a blood splatter exclusive from somewhere. But that's probably my most hated pop of 2018. It's just lazy.
Yeah. I would also say, too, like, just from mystery boxes, because things we wouldn't go looking for, I felt like we unfortunately got in mystery boxes. So things like all the Dota pops.
Oh, yeah.
Are just, they're like 10 pounds each, and we don't play.
They're so heavy.
Right? And yeah, those I wasn't very excited about. We got at least one of those in a mystery box, and I'm like, oh, God. What are we going to do with this?
The Dota Pops, I see them all the time. It seems like Barnes & Noble has hundreds of Dota Pops. And, you know, I'm kind of one of those people where I'll never say they shouldn't make a certain pop because there's always a customer for something, right? But stop making Dota Pops.
Right? Well, GameStop has them all over, too. At least here.
But the Dota Pops, they should be sending to the Philippines.
That's where they want them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's kind of crazy as well because Funko is so bad with, international collectors. You know, I feel bad for a lot of the people, not only in Canada, but a lot of the people over in Europe or Australia. Australia has a big, Funko community over there, and they don't have anything, and I just feel terrible for them. But and then of course one of the people that are in both of our communities, Chabby, who is in Tokyo, and I can't imagine what it's like trying to get pops over there.
He sent us 2 amazing customs too.
I did see those.
That was fantastic. Yeah. So yeah, I know there's someone that's been coming into our stream, Scott. He's in Australia. Yeah. And he's made reference lately to be like, oh, like ones that we would want here. They're like, oh, they're just all over the shelves in Australia. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So I don't know. It seems like, again, across the pond, you're going to see very different things that are wanted here and then vice versa, you know?
Right.
And not wanted at the other place. So.
Yeah, I feel like I need to get a hold of some of my Australian friends and see what they have on their shelves and see if we can kind of.
Right?
Yeah.
Because
the shipping the shipping wouldn't be bad if it was a bulk thing, I would assume. If you're doing it one at a time, that's when it's, because I know we've shipped internationally a couple times and it's like $23.50 to send one pop.
Right.
But I'd assume the more in one, it'll even out versus one at a time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because they're not too heavy, so.
No.
I mean, it would just be a size issue, I guess.
Yeah. And how long and customs and everything else.
Yeah.
So.
Let me pull a couple people from chat real quick. I do apologize, guys, that I don't keep up with chat as well as some people. Pop Couple, for example, they're pretty good at keeping up with their chat, but I'm terrible at it. I do apologize, but there's Scott Wasted right now. There he is. We were just talking about you. And Nick Money, how's it going, man? and Vaulted Funko B-Cobb. Let's see. Praying for a revival of Walgreens. Pop problems. Oh, man. How is you guys, Walgreens? Do you guys have a Walgreens where you live?
It's terrible.
We have like probably 10 Walgreens within a 5-mile radius, and there's nothing at any of them.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
Just like our Walmarts.
Our Walmarts are awful also. We still haven't seen a single Chrome Thanos at any of our Walmarts.
Really?
Nope, not a single one.
Yeah, see, well, my Walmart, okay, this is kind of a funny story, but, you know, back when they first came out with the Funko Pop displays at Walmart, I went to that Walmart. I needed a Ghost Rider, and I wasn't going to let him go. I wasn't going to miss him. And our Walmart, of course, is a super Walmart. It's 24/7. And it wasn't Walmart setting up the display. They had a third-party company come in that set up the display, and then Walmart then stocked it. So I went in, I seen the box there for the display, but, you know, and I got the manager, and I was like, hey, when are they setting this up? He's like, we don't know. We got to wait on a third party. We think it's sometime today, but we have no idea. So after 12 trips back and forth, it was like 4 a.m. and finally they got the shelf set up. And I was like, okay, great. I'm here. They got the shelf set up. I'm ready for it. And then they're like, oh yeah, we're not going to stock this tonight. And I was like, oh no. So it was actually the next night I went in there. It was about 10 o'clock at night. And the manager was wheeling out the cart full of boxes of Funko Pops, which, you know, which is perfect timing, even though I had to go there 13 times. He pulled out 2 Ghost Riders. I grabbed the Ghost Rider. He pulled out the Yes Chase. And I was able to pick that up. And I was like, all right, this is great. Walmart's going to be a good place to go hunt for Pops now.
No, not so much.
So everything that I didn't pick up that night is still there. And that's it. And we didn't get Chrome Thanos Pops either at my Walmart. So
I mean, the only one I really wanted was the purple one, which I did get as a gift from M's dad.
Yeah.
But in all reality, like, yeah, we didn't. The only thing I've bought is Pez, because we are collecting the Pez.
Yeah.
So our Walmart usually does have a decent selection of Pez, and we've been able to find a few of the chases at least also for Pez. But Pops, no, not the actual Pops.
I was so excited too because I thought they were gonna kind of pick up where Target is at with their Pops, and kind of which Target has been kind of disappointing me lately because I don't know about you guys, but our Targets haven't been restocking very well. It's always a mess when we go in there. Like everybody just shoves all the Pops out of the way and grabs one in the very back and leaves, and it's just a giant mess. So
yeah,
for the most part, that's our Targets too.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's like an overstock issue where they're getting flooded with all these Pops that everyone already has. They're common Pops, nobody wants them anymore, and they're just sitting on the shelf, so they're not ordering anymore. I'm really hoping that's kind of not the future of Target.
That's like Supreme, what is it? Supreme Snoke or Supreme Master Leader.
Supreme Leader with Star Wars.
There's like 20 of them on every Target shelf in our area.
Yeah.
Nobody wants it, you know?
Yep, we got the Star Wars, the Ant-Man Pops, and Ant-Man Pops everywhere.
They're not over here at all.
Nope.
Really?
We have them. I mean,
yeah.
Like they have the Janet Van Dyne Target exclusive, but I haven't seen those in a month or two around here. Yeah. So here the junk is all like the Star Wars ones that nobody wants.
Right.
So
I think Best Buy is only worse than Walgreens. Well, Best Buy, my Best Buy isn't great, but they just moved our Best Buy like maybe 4 streets down. I have no idea why, but they started actually stocking their Funko Pops, which is kind of nice.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, by stocking I mean they have 4 now instead of 2.
Right. Yeah, I don't think we've ever really shopped for Pops at Best Buy. I know we've gone in and looked when that one character with the yellow, the Overwatch one.
Oh, the Torbjorn.
Yeah, that one. We went and looked for it, we never found it, and kind of gave up. But other than that, we usually don't try Best Buy very often.
Yeah, I think the only time I really went in there purposely was, well, if I go in there to buy something else, I'll take a look at their pops, but the only reason I went there for pops is for the T-51 Power Armor, the Best Buy exclusive.
Yeah.
So when you guys go out on your pop hunts, now I don't know, you don't do many pop hunt videos, is that correct?
No.
So give us an insight of your pop hunts. Like, how do you guys go about it? Is there a certain store that you guys always go to? Is there a number of stores you go to? Do you have like a lineup? How do you guys do your pop hunting?
So guaranteed, if we want a chase of something, we're not going to find it. So we have to go the morning it releases and line up to go get it. Otherwise, it's maybe a 1 in 100 shot that we'll actually find a chase just chilling somewhere. So, like, for example, the new Avatar Aang on the water thing or whatever from Hot Topic, I'll have, whenever Hot Topic on Instagram posts, I'm going to have to go early the morning of and just stand there, basically. But when it's regular to pop hunt, we'll go to the mall because our mall, it's basically upstairs. There's Hot Topic, 2 stores over is Box Lunch, directly across is GameStop, and directly downstairs is Calendars Go or whatever it's called.
Go
like that.
Calendar Toys and Games.
That one, yeah. That place sucks, but sometimes
their prices suck. Their prices are terrible.
So that's usually the lineup. We always usually start at Hot Topic, move our way to Box Lunch, go to GameStop, maybe stop at the Calendar one, and then directly outside of the mall, there's a Barnes and Noble. So those would be the main ones we would hit. Target, I feel like we shop at Target enough that just when we're in Target, we check, and unless we know specifically, hey, this day or, the whole Target con thing, then we've lined up for that before too. But, besides that, I don't know. There's not many other stores we necessarily go to.
Well, I mean, now we've got, because it recently opened Beehive Collectibles. We've been going there lately because they have more of what we're looking for on a regular basis.
Is that a local store or is that a chain?
Store. Yeah, it's a local store in downtown Sacramento.
Yeah.
It's a really small little store, but he has some absolutely amazing pops.
Yeah.
Like he's got obviously one whole wall of just commons for whatever deal he's got going on. Then there's another wall where it's like, say $20 to $30 pops, and they're all things you aren't going to find like just going out in the wild. It's all things that are exclusives or vaulted or just older but not vaulted yet.
Right.
And then he's got the case. So the case is the big stuff, right? So like we bought recently Joe Montana from him, and then we bought one. I bought, what did I buy this weekend? Oh, we bought what's his name on hoverboard?
Oh, Marty on hoverboard.
Marty McFly on hoverboard from him. We were talking about trying to do a deal for a Freddie Funko Yoda with him. So yeah, I mean he's got a lot of stuff in a very little store. Yeah. So, and then I don't know if on IG you've heard of Big Pop Shop. He does mystery boxes. So they're local to us also. Inside of the store isn't really the same. Inside of the store there is all commons. So he's got a small case of stuff that he sells that are higher priced. But the main thing we go down there for is to pick up mystery boxes.
Oh, right.
So,
that's awesome. We actually don't have anywhere here that sells mystery boxes locals, so I really wish we did. That would make it a lot easier than waiting for the mail.
Right. Well, it's cool too because like I'll message him on IG and I'm like, are they ready? And he's like, this day, come by, blah blah. And then there's a stack. There's just a stack of boxes, and
so
he's like, all right,
your fate.
Basically. Versus like them shipping it to you, I'm like, all right, which one's heavier or which one's lighter? And like the boxes are all at least the same shape, so you don't get like the advantage of bigger, smaller, but you can still sit there and be like, maybe this one, maybe that one.
Right.
So.
Oh, Funko Addict wants to know, what is your favorite and least favorite chase, Invalid, and Pop Couple? Well, I can answer my favorite chase of all time. Right now, my favorite chase is Jack Torrance. It's an absolutely amazing chase. I think it's one of the best ones that Funko has produced so far. Nothing to do with value. It's not worth very much, but the pop itself is absolutely incredible. The worst chase of all time is the Valerian chase. It is absolutely terrible. It is everywhere. It's not a chase. It's not even a chase. It has a chase sticker, but it's not a chase. But what do you guys think is the best and worst chase?
I would guess. I think I know what yours is, but we don't own it. You're the Panda Pool. No.
I mean, I want it, but I don't know that I'd say Panda Pool is the best chase.
Gotcha. One of my favorite chases was one of the first ones I ever got, which was the Flocked Remy from Ratatouille. It's not worth much at all, but I just think it's really cute, and I like that movie. So I would say that's probably my favorite chase. My least favorite? What would be a least favorite one?
I know you're not a big fan of the Superman, Flashpoint Superman.
Oh yeah, I bought.
Just the red eyes.
Yeah, I bought that one. I don't know why. We don't even collect DC nor Superman or any of that. So, but I lined up and bought it that morning, and it's on the wall, but it's not that great. Yeah. So yeah, I'd probably go with that one.
Yeah, I feel like with a lot of their chase variants that they could do so much better.
Oh yeah. So much more like detail or some just something different versus like, oh, his arm is here versus his arm is down here, or his suit is green versus his suit is blue, and you're like, really? So I don't know.
Yeah, and the Panda Pool, like you guys were just talking about, that pop is actually anything that's red and flocked looks absolutely amazing. I don't know why, but if it's red and it's flocked, it looks fantastic. So I hope they come out with more red flocked characters.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I don't know why. I think I have Gossamer back there that's flocked.
What was that?
I think I have Gossamer that's flocked. He's red, and the Panda Pool. I'm not quite sure if there's any more, but man, the red just looks good. The red looks good flocked.
We're also big fans of glow in the dark. Yeah. In general, so I don't know, the Cosmic Captain Crunch, the Funky Phantom, like those ones where like basically the whole thing is glow. Like we love those ones.
Those are the actual glow in the dark.
They're not chases. It's just
yeah. And then you also have the ones like the Bigfoot that has like the little tiny fire on the marshmallow.
Those are disappointing.
Very. And
like should have flocked it and had the glow in the dark. You know what I mean?
Now that would have been great. That would have made up for the lack of glow if they actually flocked the Bigfoot. I'm 100% on board with you on that one. And it was so disappointing. And they do that with a lot of pops too, where the actual they'll market it as a glow in the dark. Same thing with the Sultron. He's got like those little glow in his hand. I can't stand it. I don't know how you put a glow sticker on there when, like, I mean, less than like 1% of the pop actually glows.
Well, it's the same as the Flashpoint Superman. It's just his eyes.
Yeah, and I don't know. Like if it's a glow in the dark pop, and if I want it to be sitting on my shelf in the dark, and I can still tell what the pop is when it's glowing. And not just be like, I wonder if that dot that's glowing is my Flashpoint, or if that's the fire on the marshmallow, or is that a Sultron? I really can't tell. So hopefully they stop doing that, and they head more in the direction of making the whole pop glow, like Funky Phantom or something. Those are absolutely amazing glow pops, and I forget which one it is. Was it the Elvira glow?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, there's an Elvira glow that's pretty good. We don't have it, but I've seen it. And I really like the glow on the Box Lunch Anti-Venom too.
Oh, yes, that one. And I actually got that pop from you guys, I believe, right?
I think so, I think we had two of them, so yeah.
Yeah, I think I got that one. And that one is actually great. That one glows good. But yeah, I enjoy glow pops as well. What is you guys' main line, though? Like, let me put you in a position. If you guys had to get rid of all of your pops, except for one line, what line would that be?
Wizarding World for me.
Yeah. That's hard. Because I'd probably end up having to pick between Thundercats and Masters of the Universe. And
there's at least more in Masters of the Universe than there are of of Thundercats.
I'd probably keep Masters of the Universe.
So if you had to pick between the Wizarding World and Masters of the Universe,
we'd be divorced.
No, but she would probably win on that one.
I don't know if I'd win, but maybe we'll live in 2 separate houses. I don't know.
I think if I had to throw, my fiance's Akemi away, she'd be pretty disappointed. I don't know. Right? She would talk to me for a while. So
yeah, that's an awesome pop. So
that one is, I don't know. They did a fantastic job on that one. Yes. It kind of sets a line for.
Yeah.
So
Nick Money asked about if Groot with Stormbreaker does the glow sticker, and yes, Stormbreaker does glow orange.
Yes, but no sticker.
But no sticker. Yeah. So.
The orange glows are really cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's teeny. It's like the marshmallow one, but
yeah.
At least I had no idea it glowed until I think I saw on Facebook or something or IG that there was a glow in it. I was like, oh, all right. So.
Yeah, I mean I hope they make some more of the color variant glows as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always cool too.
I love the orange glow. Orange is one of my favorite colors, so if they come out with more orange glows, I would be ecstatic.
Yeah.
So overall, how big is you guys' collection actually? Because when I see you guys' videos, usually I see that the line of pops that are directly behind you right now.
Yeah.
And this is kind of where you film your videos, right?
Right.
So
right.
How many pops do you guys actually own?
A lot.
So we're working on that. We've been doing collection videos like 20 at a time, not to bore the hell out of everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But essentially, so like our guest room has this exact same wall filled on one side. The opposite side has one shelf filled to the ceiling, and then all the floor is the 10-inch, the 6-inch, as well as a bookshelf. And then our bedroom, 3 out of 4 walls in our bedroom are covered in pops.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
wow.
then we also have boxes upon boxes in a storage room. So I'd say an easy guess would be at least 800, if not 1,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
Somewhere, because like the first wall we cleared, I think we hit 280 was it 250?
Somewhere.
It was around 250 for one wall, and then like this tiny shelf. So that's as far as we've got.
Yeah.
So we're working on it. But we do definitely have a lot of commons too. We don't have,
Yeah, obviously everybody's collection's not, all grails.
Yeah, I wish.
So, like, before Funko Pops, were there anything that you guys collected either individually or as a couple, like before Funko Pops were ever, a mainstream thing?
So I was one of the Beanie Baby people.
Okay.
Back in the late or mid to late 90s. So I had hundreds of Beanie Babies. I still have them. I also collected Trolls when I was younger than that.
Oh, Trolls.
I don't know if you remember Trolls, but I had probably close to 100 Trolls when I was a little kid. Together before these, or maybe at the same time, this is a weird one. We collect like screen printed bottles.
Yeah.
And we make so for example, screen printed beer bottles.
Oh,
and we
those are cool.
Cups. So we have lots of these also. So I think we and I've said this before, I think there's like a collecting personality for some people.
Oh, absolutely.
So, and I feel like it carries over with stuff like this and then animals and, stuff like that. So I don't know if you collected some Looney Tunes stuff for a while.
Yeah, I did some Looney Tunes stuff and I collected keychains for a while. So anywhere we went, I'd pick up a keychain that was like a collector keychain for the area.
Oh, very cool. So do you do the Looney Tunes line in the Funko Pops as well then?
We've got a couple. We haven't been really big on them.
Yeah.
One of those just haven't really got into them.
Yeah.
Because we've got Speedy Gonzalez, we've got some of the Duck Dodgers stuff.
Yeah.
But
Gremlin.
yeah, but when we go and look at them, it's one of those where
something else catches your eye more, at least on our part, I feel like.
Right. I think it's true though. Like, if you're one of these people that have, you know, hundreds of Funko Pops, I don't think it started with Funko Pops unless you kind of unless you were at that age where you kind of grew while you were growing up. That's when Funko was kind of introduced. I think maybe if you're in the 16 or 17 age range, maybe Funko is your first real collection. But I think for the older people, you know, there was always something there before Funko Pops. But for me, growing up in the 90s, it was all about Pokemon. It was all about Pokemon, 100%.
Gotcha.
You know, me and my friends, we're like drug dealers out on the street and, you know, trading cards and whatnot. It was super awesome, but that's where I think I kind of caught the collecting bug is through Pokemon cards and trading them, buying them, selling them. And, you know, it's kind of the same thing with Funko Pops, except, you know, it a little bit different because Funko Pops represent so much more than just one item, which I think really kind of sets it apart from everything else. And it's something that, you know, has more longevity in collecting, in my opinion, for myself than, you know, something that doesn't hold as much meaning as you know, Funko Pops can.
Yeah, Pokemon cards though are still huge.
Oh yeah,
that's the crazy.
Absolutely.
You know, they've never, like, one of his kids. We just got, I don't know, tins or whatever of Pokemon cards for Christmas for them. So it's like they're still, just crazy popular amongst kids.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, and I mean, I know people that are, you know, 30, 40, 50 that are still collecting Pokemon.
Yep.
I mean, they love it, playing Pokemon Go and getting it on the Switch, the new game that came out on the Switch, playing, you know, collecting the cards. So it's super awesome. But do you guys think, and this is where my question is leading, do you guys think that Funko Pops have the I don't know what I want to say. Do you think Funko Pops are going to last like a collectible as in Pokemon cards, or collectibles like, you know, that have stood the test of time and didn't swell up like a big bubble and pop, and not to hurt you any more than you've already gone through?
Right.
Like Beanie Babies.
Right.
What do you guys think?
I think there's potential for them to continue, just because there's so many untapped markets for the Funko Pops. I think the big thing is they have to be careful about their production level. I think right now they're pumping so much out that it's almost it's hard for a collector to keep up, number one.
Yeah.
Because we end up, I mean, they've got 13 Captain Marvel Pops coming out.
Something like that, yeah.
And so it's like, so if you want to get all the Captain Marvel Pops, you're easily going to be dropping $130 to $150.
Right.
So you get these that are coming out like that it's going to be hard for people to collect, and eventually people will just be like, well, there's just too much coming out, I can't keep up, I'm done collecting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I know they want to make money, that's their business, but I think that they might do better if they slow down a little bit. I mean, they could still do 13 Captain Marvel Pops,
yeah,
but release them at a slower pace. Have a couple that come out here, a couple that come out there, a couple con exclusives. And I think that, in my opinion, that would at least make it to where it was easier to say that they'd have longevity. Yeah. But
now, do you think that the reason they're doing that is because they're a publicly traded company?
I would say that there's a good possibility that that's part of it.
So,
I mean, the bottom line is always money, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you find a market for people that want them, people are going to find a way to buy them, regardless if that's firsthand through a retailer versus if it's flipper prices on eBay. It
Right.
becomes a need for people to have them. You know what I mean? Not just a want, it's a need. So the hard part, like, so I don't know, this is going to be weird when I say this. So what I do for a living is I'm a behavior analyst, right?
Okay.
And so one of the big things you look at is schedules of reinforcement, right? So the idea of a chase, for example, it drives people to go want it more because of the fact that it's limited,
Oh,
right?
absolutely, yeah.
So the whole idea of what it's called intermittent reinforcement. So sometimes you're going to find it, sometimes you're not. It's just like gambling, right? So like you play the slot machine more in hopes that you get the big jackpot, just like you keep shopping for pops more in hope that you find that grail that you've been desiring for oh so long.
Right.
And in the meanwhile, you have to feed that need, so you buy other stuff in the meanwhile.
Yeah,
So
that makes sense.
I feel like it almost becomes like it is an addiction in some regard. You know what I mean? Because
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I can't think of many days that we haven't looked up, bought, tried to buy some sort of pop. You know, regardless if that's actually going to a store or just from our phone or whatever. So it's not long between transactions, I guess you could say. So for people like us that buy them as often, I feel like, as we do, and I'm sure there's hundreds of thousands of people who are just like us, it keeps them busy. You know what I mean? But I guess the more new things they put out, the more different audiences they capture. And then they potentially have the ability to grab that person and then the next person. So I don't see it dying very quickly. I don't see it going under as quickly as like when Beanie Babies went under.
Yeah.
Because I still think there's going to be audiences for certain lines that like the line, not because it's a Funko Pop, they like the line.
Right.
So the fans of Harry Potter are going to buy potentially Funko Pops of Harry Potter because they like Harry Potter, not because they like Funko, but because it's a Harry Potter product. And I think that goes along with a lot of the different lines, that when people find out, like, wait a minute, there's a figurine I can buy of, you know, Ghost from I'm just looking up Ghost from Game of Thrones. Oh, I love Game of Thrones. How do I get my hands on that?
Right.
So
I think during the holidays they must kill it because so many so many people just see, and they're so easy to get as gifts because like you said, there's something for everybody. But the one thing I did want to say is, you know, hinting on what you just said, and I agree with that 100%. I'm going to pretend like this is my job too. It's really not, and I know really probably nothing about it. But with everything you just said, you know, the hunt for the chase, that in my opinion could also go for limited number products as well. So we have, let's take for example the Chrome Batman, the ECCC Chrome Batman, limited to so many pieces, and you know, it's just a green Batman. You know, it's not that, and you know, it's cool, but you know, it's the same Batman that they made 400 times. It's just green.
Yep.
It's that limited number on it, right? So I haven't seen Funko put out a limited number piece in quite some time, and Buzz the Bee and Pillsbury Doughboy, why weren't they limited? And they sold so many of them. And don't get me wrong, as a collector, I hate to say this, but you know, I wish everybody could get exactly what they want, but in order for a collectible to be collectible, that can't happen.
right.
Otherwise, there's no point in, you know, wanting a collection because it's not collectible. But with them producing a mass amount of Buzz the Bee and Pillsbury Doughboy, whereas they should have been limited, do you guys think that they're going to kind of roll toward that in the future just because of the money aspect? They're getting more money with the more products, and then we're going to kind of lose that, you know, it's a limited number, that's why I want it. And you know, now that I look at this green Batman and it's not a limited number, do I really want it? And does anybody really want it?
Well, I think as a business for them, the more they put out, the better, because they make no money when someone flips it for $450.
Right.
Right. So by putting out the limited number, they're still selling that limited number at retail cost. They're still only making whatever that bottom line is off of or over production cost, right?
Yeah.
Versus, I mean, the other thing they possibly could think of doing as a replacement is by taking those limited number ones and changing the price, right? So we're going to limit this line to 5,000 or 3,000, but it's not $15 anymore. It's now $25.
25.
And
yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. I still think there'd be a market in that for people who really are into those limited number pieces. They'd be willing to spend more because if they missed it, they're going to end up spending 10 times more on eBay or
Right.
Mercari or wherever else. So, but do I think they'll do it as often? Probably not. You know, I think the last one I remember unrelated to a con was probably Duffer Brothers, which was that it was 2,000 piece via Hot Topic. And that went in seconds, you know?
Right.
So, and that was a hot mess. I remember we tried, we failed. We ended up getting one out of a mystery box, but we don't really collect Stranger Things, but we still have it. But just one of those, outside of that, I can't think of one within the last couple months.
Yeah, it wasn't a con.
Yeah, that wasn't a con. It was like nothing at the Funko shop, I don't feel like lately
has... Make-A-Wish Freddy Funko.
Yeah, that was what, 5K?
Yeah, 5,000.
Yeah, we got that one too. But yeah, that was a 5,000 one. But like you're saying though too, the smaller the number, the potentially more desirable it is to people, you know. And I wouldn't mind spending extra on something that I know is only produced 2,000 times or 1,000 times. But do I think they're going to do that as often? No.
Yeah,
I think they're going to put more out.
I mean, I do. I mean, I understand that, you know, with the more mass production, they're making more money. They're making more collectors happy, which I do agree with that. But I do also think that, you know, if they're going to do like mass Buzz the Bee and mass Pillsbury Doughboy, they need to throw a limited piece in there. Maybe not upcharge for it. Maybe lose the money that they could potentially earn, but they just made buku bucks on Pillsbury and Buzz. Right. Can you guys please just throw in a limited piece in the middle so you can keep your secondary market happy as well? So we can, you know, as collectors, be happy. We got the ones two out of the three at least most people get, and then the secondary market's happy because they have a limited piece that they can flip on eBay. Which, you know, kind of sucks. We all hate flippers, but we need them. And, you know, and I think the world would go round that way. You know, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, right? So I really think that they should, I hope they don't slow down on limited pieces. You know, I don't know. I think it's gonna hurt a lot if they keep mass producing certain pops where the secondary market is just waiting on it, because what's going to happen is these flippers are going to buy all these up and they're going to sit on product, and then they're going to lose their interest in flipping pops or selling pops on eBay. Secondary market crashes, then pops become worth nothing, and then people who collect as an investment and not because they love them stop collecting because they're no longer valuable, stop buying. One thing leads to another, and then pops are dead. But, you know, that's just my opinion, of course. But hopefully they keep that limited production up and whatnot. But it's good to know.
Do you notice that they always put limited productions on the Dorbs?
Oh, yeah, because that's, you know, they're hoping at least that many people will buy them.
That's the problem. Like, I think every 3-pack release within the last, I don't know how many months, has been like a 2,500 or a 3,000. Yeah. And it's like, it's funny how they do it for the Dorbs because no one wants them, but they won't do it as much for the actual pops.
Oh yeah, so, they know what they're doing. They're trying to be smart, yeah.
So
they're trying to trick you into wanting Dorbs.
Right.
And Chabby, have a fantastic night, man. Appreciate you stopping by. 40 gold hoppers is too limited though. Yeah, 40 piece. That is, but that does make a pop that is like an ultimate grail for somebody. And if you were to get that gold hopper, it would mean so much more than if there were 10,000, which might not matter to a lot of people. But you know, it just keeps that fun alive where, you know, it's that one pop that you dream of having, and eventually you might actually get it, and, you know, it's your ultimate grail. So
I think someone else said it in here, or Nick Money said it too. I think the hard part though is if you're the completionist type of collector,
yes,
at a certain point you have to give up.
yes.
Do you know what I mean? On that line or on that specific collection, because like the 40 piece, or like if I was that into Willy Wonka and trying to get that 10 piece gold, whatever, like then I would have gotten rid of everything else at this point because I know I'm not going to get it,
Right.
you know? So I think,
But that's where they get you, because they get you started on something else, and then you got to complete.
yeah. Because like with Harry Potter, I own every single one minus like a couple 2-packs, and I'm not as sad about not having the 2-packs because they're the exact same damn pop in a different box.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but like if I were a Stranger Things collector and that Hopper happened, I don't know how disappointed I'd be in the fact that I potentially would never have that in my hands.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that one's especially being a 40 piece.
Yeah.
That one's...
And you have to be, I feel like you have to be so careful now too, because like how many people could fake that and fake it really damn good?
Oh, a lot of people do.
Oh.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of really good fakes too.
It's one of those things where you're like, how do I trust that this is actually one of the 40 that was at Fun Days, you know, in 2018, and I'm not getting, you know, somebody did really, really good work to make it look real.
Oh, absolutely.
So.
And it seems like there's at least one pop in every collection that is just so expensive that it's, I mean, at least one. Like you go to Nightmare Before Christmas, they have like 5 of them. Like they have the Mayor, the 3-pack.
Yep.
They have Oogie Boogie Glow. You know, and it's crazy because as a completionist, I feel bad for you guys. I really do. That's all I can say.
With Harry Potter, it was like, I am so happy I started when it started.
Oh, absolutely.
You know? Because had I not, I would have been spending a whole lot more money for a bunch of stuff that I got for retail, you know? And a lot of those pops aren't in the $100 range, but there's a lot of them, you know? So it's one of those, like, to try and make up for 60 or 70 pops in now, you'd be broke, you know?
That's for sure. I mean, I'm kind of kicking myself because I got, you know, I started hardcore collecting the Freddy Funkos, and if I could go back, I just wouldn't do it. Not that I don't love them, but holy hell. there are some super expensive Freddy Funko Pops out there that I'm just never going to have, and I just have to deal with the fact that I'm just not going to have them.
Do you have the Skeletor one or no?
I do not have Skeletor Freddy Funko now.
That's one that I know Q wants.
One I want, the He-Man one, and then the 3
I do have He-Man.
Nice.
I do not have Skeletor.
Yeah, and then those expensive Deadpool Freddy Funkos.
Oh yeah, those ones are really nice too. But maybe we can work out a deal with He-Man though, because I'm not a He-Man collector. Maybe we can work. That's a crazy line. I would never start that line. Oh, vaulted. I wouldn't encourage it. If I could go back. Invalid. Did someone say Magenta Marvin? Sean Ryan. Oh, how much I hate you, my friend. Magenta Marvin Marvin the Martian, the one that I'm missing, and Sean Ryan has it. Oh, jeez. No. Gonna have to get it from him one of these days, but I think I only really have one more topic for you guys, and that is the topic of mystery boxes. So, you guys obviously love mystery boxes. You know, I love mystery boxes. A lot of YouTube channels that do Funko do a lot of mystery boxes. So, and just a side note, one of the things I was going to say that I forgot, one thing that Beanie Babies didn't have that Funko does is YouTube. So,
True.
You know, I think a lot of people, you know, underestimate the fact that a lot of the big YouTubers, as well as some of the small YouTubers and the average YouTubers, the medium area, they have a lot of influence over the community. And, you know, they do keep the collection going. So, you know, for you guys in your community especially, I think you kind of drive some influence with them, and, you know, whoever else that's doing Funko Pop related YouTube videos are driving the influence with their community. So, you know, that's one thing that you know, Beanie Babies and those other collectibles that died didn't have. They, you know, didn't have a platform for other people to, you know, kind of show the products off. But let's get to mystery boxes. So how have the mystery boxes been for you guys this past year, in the past 4 months that you've been doing YouTube? Have you just done terrible? Have you won a few? Have you won a lot? How's it been?
I'd say overall we've done pretty good.
Yeah.
And it's not that we've won a lot, but we at least, I would say, probably about 80% of the time get our value back.
Yeah. Right in that.
That's
probably.
That's really good, though. I mean, 80% with the value return.
I would say that. So the big thing though lately is I think we're becoming more selective in making sure that we're buying a mystery box that guarantees your value back.
Right.
That's a big difference. So New Year's Eve, when they had the Toy USA 300 for 200 value, and then they had the Chrono Toys 300 for 300 value. We tried for Toy USA, missed it, and we were like, you know what? I'm not that sad I missed it, because we potentially could have lost $100.
Right.
Versus with Chrono Toys, when we bought the 300, you're guaranteed the 300, if not more, right? So one of those, I feel like we're trying to be a little more selective in terms of who we're buying from and what we're buying. And if it is going to be something where we're potentially going to lose some of our value, it has to be something in that picture that we have to have.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I feel like the more pops we've acquired, the less enticing these pictures are becoming, because there's so much in there we already have. And so it's like, okay, so here's the top 50. There's 50 boxes. Well, out of that top 50, we maybe need or want 5. Yeah. What's the likelihood we actually get that 5? Not very high, obviously, right? So I think that's becoming the harder part of all of this, is that unless it's a dirt cheap box, like a $15 box, which $15 is $15, you know what I mean? Unless it's like a dirt cheap box like that, we're trying to be a lot more selective in what we're trying to buy. So
absolutely. Yeah, I think I've been the same way. See, when mystery boxes first came out, I was like, take my money. I don't care who you are. Just send me this box, and I hope I win. But, you know, about 90% of those boxes I lost on. So, you know, I learned my lesson the hard way real quick. But it's true. You have all of these companies, which, for everybody who is currently watching, please be very selective on who you buy mystery boxes from, because you know, there's mystery boxes on Instagram, there's mystery boxes on Facebook, there's mystery boxes all over the internet. But just because you've seen it on YouTube doesn't mean you should buy it. You know, there's a lot of mystery boxes that aren't real on YouTube. There's a lot of fake propaganda for mystery boxes online. So you just be very selective, because, you know, you can, I don't know, they really can say what they want, and you're never going to know, because it's a mystery box and you don't know who won that mega grail that they had pictured there, or if it was ever given away. So my best advice is to buy from a reputable company, a company that that has good reviews, and it's even best if they post their winner on their website or on Instagram, so you can see who won it. I think, who was it? I think Toy USA did that, maybe, or was it Chrono? One of them, whoever won their Mega Grail or whatever, they actually posted a video of those people opening the Mega Grail, which was super awesome.
I didn't even know that. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, they were YouTubers, I think, so they had the video there when they opened it, so they probably just grabbed the video and put it over on Instagram. But
yeah, I think the other thing too, like, so Toy USA has the hashtag Toy USA mystery box results or whatever. So like they'll post on there if someone tags them. So at least you are able to see some of the stuff, but I mean, maybe there's quite the possibility that a lot of the people who buy don't have Instagram or don't post it, or, you know what I mean? So I guess you can never be sure 100% of the time, but at least the people who do post, you can at least see where the bigger ones went if they do decide to post it.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Who have you had the best luck with mystery boxes?
Well, I see. Let me just say this. I personally will never recommend a mystery box to anybody. I won't recommend a mystery box company, nor will I recommend a mystery box itself. I might shout someone out, but I won't say, "Hey, go buy these mystery boxes," just because they're mystery boxes and you never know what you're gonna get. But personally, I don't know. I'm never really doing that well on mystery boxes. Now, I do a lot of mystery lots on my channel, whereas I know I'm getting my return value, or more, or a guaranteed value at least. Like the $2,500 mystery box, my value was guaranteed. So, you know, they knew what was going in that box. I didn't know what was going in that box. So it was a little bit different. It wasn't actually a prepackaged mystery box like, you know, people generally buy from online. So I don't really have an answer for that. I'll let you guys answer that if you have an answer.
I mean, so when Nerds Like Us was in business, we really did like Nerds Like Us. You know, there was definitely a few boxes that tanked, not going to lie, but I'd say at least 75% of the boxes we got from them, we at least got our value, if not better.
Yeah. We've done all right with Toy USA.
We've done decent with Toy USA. We've definitely had our losses with Toy USA, but we've also gotten quite a few bigger items, I feel like, from Toy USA too. Chrono, we've only tried one. We have one more coming, but that was an even one. And then Shumi, Poptopia, we have not done well with at all.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
No.
I haven't done very well with Shumi. Now, I'm not saying anything bad about him, but I haven't done any good with Shumi. I have done pretty good with Poptopia, though.
Well, that's good. It's like Sean Ryan. He opens them all the time, and we're like, anytime we've tried, we've gotten like dirt cheap commons.
Yeah.
And it's like, ugh. So
I've at least gotten a fairly decent chase or limited chase with Poptopia.
That's good.
I mean, I've only opened a few of their boxes, but I've gotten a chase in every one. That was generally of equal value of what I paid for the box, which is all right.
No, I'm pretty sure the ones we opened had Amanda Holiday. And
we had, I think, Crossbones.
Yeah, Crossbones.
Oh,
and we were
Crossbones.
Really? Like, these were like $6 pops. Like,
well, Crossbones isn't even like a full value pop. That's on the clearance section at like every store.
Exactly. And so is Amanda Holiday. So I mean, it's just one of those like that. So we haven't gone back to pop. Not that we wouldn't.
Right.
We just haven't tried again.
And I think we're looking at one of their boxes that was like yesterday or a couple days ago.
With the Freddy Funko Yoda.
With the Freddy Funko Yoda, that we looked at it and thought about it, but then it was looking at all the other stuff. It was like, we have almost everything else that they're showing.
Right.
So it's not worth it for us to drop I think it was a $30
just $30
box.
Yeah, to get something we already have.
Yeah.
Right.
So and then, go ahead.
Do you guys think you're going to move in that direction for the future of your YouTube channel, staying consistent with mystery boxes, like mystery boxes, mail calls? Do you plan on introducing anything new coming up into the channel?
Oh, we've got all kinds of plans for new stuff. I mean, we're going to continue doing some baking stuff. We enjoy that. We enjoy the people that come and hang out with us.
I forgot about the baking.
Yeah,
I know you've hung out with us on a couple of our baking streams too. We like those just because it's just hanging out, talking, and just doing whatever.
Yeah, and it kind of throws a wrench into the consistency a little bit, whereas it's something, you know, new and fun to experience in between the regular schedule, you know?
Yeah. But we've been talking about some, I would say, satire videos as well.
Yeah.
It's just about getting through the execution of it.
Yeah.
Because one of those we have lots of ideas, and it's just trying to make them happen.
Right.
We've also been talking about doing like pop verses. So we get like clearance pops, stuff that nobody's buying, and put them up against things like lawnmowers.
That would be fantastic. I want to see that. I want to see it. I'm going to hold you guys to it. You heard it here. I want to see it. It's coming.
We have our first pop.
We do.
We just have to figure out.
We have a Sorrento waiting to be destroyed. He was $2 on a clearance section. So.
Oh, there's so many things you could do too. It'd be absolutely fantastic.
And we figured we keep the box, and then after what we did, whatever with it, we put it back in the box and label it.
Yeah.
This was pop versus lawnmower. This was
whatever.
Yeah, you need to put it back in the box. You need to sign the box and then hold it up for a giveaway. It'd be great.
Date it and everything. So
that would be fantastic. That would be very. I can't say there's another channel that I've seen that has done anything like that. So, I mean, I have seen people destroy pops, but it was more of a cringe factor than anything. So, but yeah, that would be pretty awesome. I think that would be pretty cool. So, it's good to hear that you guys got some fresh content coming up. Once again, I do thank you guys very much for hanging out tonight. And for everybody here, this is Pop Couple. Now you know them. You've got to know them. But most of you do already know them. But for those of you who don't, make sure you click on that link. Go give them I was going to say a follow, but we're not. We're on YouTube. Give them a sub and hit that notification bell so you can see when the next time they're live. When is the next video coming, guys?
We put a video every single morning at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So we have a video every single day, no matter what. And then our lives are always Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time also.
Yep. And then myself, Sean Ryan, and Brian from Cheap and Nerdy, on Saturday nights, we started doing Booze and Pops, where it's guys' night. We talk about some pops, we drink a little bit, and do some other stuff. So
yes, and I have been to a couple of those streams. They're absolutely fantastic. You guys will love them, and like I said, they keep up with their chat. They're great at keeping up with their chat. I'm terrible at it. I do apologize for that, guys. But when it's just myself, I'm a little bit better. But it just, I don't know. It's too much in my head. But thank you.
2 of us versus 1 of you.
Yeah.
So
there you go. That actually would be great. I'm gonna have to get my fiance in here just to read the chat to me. But
right.
But yes, thank you guys so much for coming out and hanging out with us once again. This is Pop Couple. Certainly, we would love to have you guys back at some point. Definitely, I think it was a lot of fun. Again, thank you for coming. And next or tomorrow, daily content, daily videos, guys. They definitely have some good stuff for you guys to check out. So thank you again, and we will see you all on Saturday. Saturday is my next video. Tomorrow is their next video. Have a fantastic night, everybody, and we will catch you later.